The final map in the Creeper World IXE demo, and we begin in the presence of royalty. None other than Abraxas himself has stopped by. This is a much different map than the previous ones, no creeper emitters, no breeder. There are much denser pools, 1000 depth, both of anti-creeper and a larger area of creeper, mean that things are going to get spicy in a hurry. Acid we haven't seen before, lava returns, and there's even some empty space here. Metal is vulnerable to being melted. This tree is actually made of wood this time, which means it's going to be quite flammable, and it's hiding another nice deep patch of creeper. Blockium is very useful, stopping creeper but not your own unit. You can even park them in it. Held in only by a bit of unstable land, this entire section is destined to collapse. We could also start in the upper right of the map, but there's not as much curcium there and it's just a little bit slower. To really push the envelope here and show some different things, it's going to be a pretty frantic start. If we merely permit the map to run its course, the lava will set this tree on fire and release the creeper much sooner than I want it to, so I'm basically just digging a fire break to stop that from happening. Otherwise, it's the usual waiting game to build up a bit of energy at the start. It's worth watching that lava slowly eat through the metal. It is not going to give us a lot of time. Portals next because I want to make use of the acid and that anti-creeper reservoir as quickly as possible. First wave of phantoms will show up about a minute in, so we can't really dilly-dally on getting a coil ship either, unless we're okay with it simply blowing up our reactors. Combine this pixelium with the acid below and you get pit liquid, which destroys creeper on contact. Not necessary, but definitely helpful. Terrain types and their interactions are intended to be added to the how to play section eventually, but for now you can just go to the wiki and see what they do, link to that in the description. Time to open up that anti-creeper, get some of the creeper flowing down into that pit liquid. The off-screen explosions are bots and some of our stuff, but I'm more concerned about clearing out some of the branches on this tree so we can get some more of our ships out there. Makers first as a defensive safety measure. What do you know, our defenders survived. I might as well move them a bit, have them help out a bit in the looming creeper anti-creeper clash that's going to happen up here. We also get a second frigate for this map. More firepower! I think it's time to eliminate this creeper now that's in the remains of the tree. Now they require quite a bit of ammo after you built them before they're effective, so you do need to wait and it's expensive, but they will turn the tide and in a pretty big hurry. If you note the total creeper display for the map, it's under 3 million and it was close to 5 million at the start of the map. We've knocked it down almost by half. A lot of that has to do with the pit liquid trap and also the upper right anti-creeper that we released. Still, it would be nice for our fleet to give them some help, so I want to get a hole here through the blockium, but I want to be careful that it's not too wide, otherwise too much can come in and overwhelm us. I want the gunships to help push into the metal area here a bit. I'd like to get rid of that phantom emitter sooner rather than later if I can. Conversion bombs are still soaking up ammunition packets. They need enough of that you can't just spam them out repeatedly. Also looks like our defender and anti-creeper combo is slowly pushing back the creeper. We'll also open up the hole in our roof, if you will, a little more, just making gradual progress. Conversion bombs are ready. I didn't notice them for a bit. Let's get them out there. Like everything else, they move and reassemble, but as long as you don't put them too far out in the creeper, they'll be able to get it done before they're destroyed. Two fired, one didn't, so that could have gone better. But between those two that fired, they took down about 400,000 creeper, which was almost a third of the remaining amounts. I'm going to call that a very successful weapons test. With the additional anti-creeper created also helping out, I think it's time to just tear this down and push out with our fleet more. Just a slight nudge to this nullifier, get it around the corner, and finally rid ourselves of the phantom emitter. Under 500,000 creeper left now. It's still fighting, but its days are definitely numbered and soon. The gradual progress of just moving your ships forward, pushing the creeper back, it's pretty routine, but it can also be pretty cathartic just because you know you've got the upper hand now. There's enough room now to let our frigates lead the way, probably get some more conversion bombs out there. There's not even enough creeper pressure on the pit liquid at this point to saturate it. Reaches a stage eventually where it's even hard to keep your fleet moving forward fast enough to keep up with the anti-creeper, and we'll just clear out a bunch of this land, grab the upgrade gems because we can, and the enemy is now in full retreat. Got the combat ships moving, but I kind of forgot to get our lays forward there, and that's actually what we need the most at the moment. I thought this was quite a good demo. I'm curious to hear what you think in the comments below if you have any final thoughts, but decent variety of missions, and I think it leaves you wanting more, which is the point. There's been some criticism of the game going back to 2D after it was 3D. Some people don't like the graphics. But for my money, I think this has the potential to definitely be the best Creeper World game yet. This is basically all there is to show on it. Have to wait and see at this point what the final product looks like later in the year. Thanks for watching, everyone.